Following a wave of UFO reports in 1947, the United States Air Force officially began investigating UFOs with Project Sign. Project Sign's main goal was to determine if the flying saucer phenomena was a threat to national security. Project Sign was given a security classification of restricted, beginning the culture of secrecy with UFOs. Internally, Project Sign was full of people genuinely wanting to solve the saucer mystery. Most of the cases they investigated could be identified, but some were quite anomalous and could not be explained. One example, Holloman Air Force Base, 1948. Multiple witnesses described two glowing orbs, 35 meters in diameter, seemingly intelligently controlled. And these glowing fireballs were being seen at high-security military installations all over the country, like the White Sands Missile Range and Oak Ridge. Among the Project Sign staff, there were many factions representing many hypotheses of what the saucers were, ranging from Soviet craft and even to extraterrestrial craft. Although internally the Project Sign staff was exploring all possibilities, this was never revealed to the public, and the Air Force would try to not engage the media about their investigations. If the media persisted, it was common for the Project Sign staff to lie to the press and positively identify unknown cases as balloons, even if there was testimony from credible witnesses. From the beginning, deceit was involved, though at first only if the media persisted. Early on, civilian scientists were consulted to be scientific advisors, like Dr. Lincoln LaPace and Dr. J. Allen Hynek, both famous astronomers. J. Allen Hynek claimed that even during the Project Sign days, the Air Force expected him to debunk cases he was not certain of. But for the most part, during this time, the motto was to not engage media. Some of the science staff were leaning more and more into otherworldly explanations for flying saucers, but top Air Force brass did not like this. There was a showdown between the science staff and the Pentagon about how open to be with the public, and the Pentagon won. A sanitized version of the Project Sign report was released to the public in February of 1949. The report stated, most saucers were misidentifications and hoaxes, but it did include some open-endedness. Quote, no definitive and conclusive evidence is yet available that would prove or disprove the existence of these unidentified objects as real craft of unknown and unconventional configuration. It is unlikely that positive proof of their existence will be obtained without examination of the remains of crashed objects. This open-endedness about potential remains of crashed objects spurred on saucer articles and stories throughout the country. Top Air Force brass did not like the public conclusions of Project Sign and the subsequent media generated. Project Sign was reorganized into Project Grudge, with the hope of alleviating public anxiety over UFOs. Many of the Project Sign personnel that had supported the extraterrestrial hypothesis were transferred out or resigned, and a new batch of people would join the Air Force investigations. There was an abrupt change in policy, with a greater emphasis on silence with the media and on explaining flying saucer reports away with prosaic explanations. And with Project Grudge, we see the Air Force's first attempts at influencing public opinion beyond official press releases.